We go ahead and move over to our gameplay section of our stream here, and we're going to go ahead and introduce our player for the evening. This is Darrow. Hi, Darrow. How long have you been playing with me?
Oh my god, how long have I been playing with you?
It's been a minute,
Been a few years, probably at least 3 years.
at least. So, you started playing in some of the prologue games, and they were a while ago. Tonight you're playing Rynalt, who you
Yes.
played in Baptized in Blood, who you played in Blaze of Cruelty. This is the
Yes.
longest, the character with the most screen time in Valgast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you got the most screen time in Valgast with this character.
Rynalt's the protagonist.
he's got protagonist energy. He's the main character, kind of
No,
accidentally.
he hasn't died yet.
He hasn't died yet.
Yeah.
Is what it is. Got real lucky at the end of Blaze of Cruelty, not dying on the way to Hellcorth. Got real lucky, in Baptized in Blood. Didn't die in Baptized in Blood. So, any questions before we get started?
Uh, my character sheet is still damaged from the last session.
Yeah.
Would it be smart of me to just hit a
No,
long rest real quick?
don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Don't-
Oh, okay.
Don't touch anything.
Yes, sir.
There's a storytelling and media concept called en media res, which means in the middle of things, right? So, without further ado, we will begin our session this evening, if that's okay with you, Rynalt.
That's okay with me.
All right. We're going to go ahead. We're going to take ourselves to Corinth at large. And we are going to change this part of the system to follow the GM. Look at that. And we're going to play our music. Snow falls gently upon the Grosse Jäger hold in the northmost valley in the northern Darthax. The Blood-Axed clan's holding was overrun not long after Delta fell years ago. The clan made the Blade of Endless Suffering pay dearly for it. Those too young to wield the axe or spear, or too old to fight, made the rush over the wall and into Van Cressa territory. From there, they traveled north over land to the holding of their kith and kin, the Grosse Jäger. This is what the old crone of the Grosse Jäger tells you while the children are out on their adventures. The Grosse Jäger men joined the Corinthian military as a point of honor. Thus, the hold was surprised when you were unceremoniously dropped from the sky by a mad sorcerer hell-bent on getting your hands on some rock for him. That surprise was as fresh as the first winter's snow, ripped from the portal before you ever made it to Iker. In a well-planned retreat, still smoking from the transfer, still covered in the blood of friends and foes. No time to explain to anyone that you weren't dead. He picks you up while you're still reeling with impossible strength, and plants you on your feet. He holds you upright. He dusts you off as he talks to you. Holds you up until you find your feet. Now's the time, Rynalt. Remember, we're trying to get a coin flip to land on its edge. Neither heads nor tails. This will, in all likelihood, be the most important thing you do with your life. No accolades, no medals, not even a pat on the back. You're going to do it for her, Rynalt, so she doesn't have to kill him, so she doesn't have to doom the world. Find the Dark Elves, go to Werami, get the Killing Stone, Lothervex. That's what they call it. I'll find you after. No questions, Rynalt, no time. I have a friend to help. These people are your people. You can trust them. He gestures to the gathering onlookers. They'll help you. Let them. You're out of their reach for now. The enemy. They don't know you're here. They don't know where I took you. But they're watching, and they'll know you're involved now. They're waiting for me to show up somewhere they've eyes again. They'll be looking for you, too. You gotta change your look. Make it harder for them. I need to go. No matter what else happens, the stone, Lothervex, don't forget. the stone. He begins to rise. Lightning begins to arc from his person, and he begins to disappear and teleport away. He says, "Wake his mother!" And then you remember the Red Witch in the mountains, the one that taught you how to tap into your own magic. She had taught Agnar, too. She was a dark elf. You remember her eyes, brilliant green. Did that lunatic always know? Was your whole life planned by him? Was it planned by her? Before you fully recover from the transfer, he is gone with a crack of thunder and a gale of wind. Just like when you met him. Fucking sorcerers. The Grosserjäger women came and got you, brought you into the hold. They bring you to old crone Frida. Please describe Rynalt as he is, sitting in front of the fire while old crone Frida drones on.
He's fucking bewildered at this point because all of this just happened. He is a medium height young man, about 21, 22 years of age at this point. He has dark hair and sort of a grim look about him. He is missing his left leg. It's just a metal contraption on it that makes a lot of noise when he stomps. But right now, he doesn't even know what to say. From his perspective, I'm sure this was probably just like a snap of a moment, and he's got no idea what's going on right now.
Yes, the transfer, which will be described in our final session of Baptized in Blood. You enter the portal and you are ripped across space. Mm-hmm. You are thrust through energy. You feel as though you are kind of ground and dragged between two mountains going in opposite directions. It is both burning hot and freezing cold. And so you are bewildered, disoriented, and probably sick to your stomach. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw for me. At disadvantage. You manage to keep it in. The old crone looks at you. She's ancient. Her face pitted and wrinkly like an old leather bag, and her eyes ice blue with cataracts and the wispy white hair. She goes, "You're not going to throw up, are you?" She spits on the ground.
I think I've managed to keep it in. He coughs a little bit, just trying to breathe. Why doesn't that asshole ever let anyone ask questions?
Which asshole?
Nothing. Nothing.
No.
What were we talking about?
I was talking about. Feels as though an age has passed and Stahl's forces have invaded this world, young man. You've said you need to find the Dark Elves. My brother, younger, of course, will take you there when the time comes, but there's no guarantee they will accept you. All we've known of their kind is they are reclusive and isolationist.
I don't even know how to get in touch with them at this point.
Oh. Leave that to my brother. Our father saved the life of one of them once, you know? When we were striplings, no older than some of the children still here in the hold. He brought her back to our hold to heal once. She was beautiful, strange purple skin, bright red eyes, white hair. The white of her hair was so full of youthful radiance, not the pending touch of death, mind you. She touches her own hair. Age had not visited her for a day, it seemed. She rested here a great while. Then when her wounds had healed enough, she disappeared into the night, vanished before our very eyes. I'll never forget it.
Did she give you her name?
Oh, I don't remember her name, but Svarek will remember.
Hmm. Oh, I'm gonna try to just hold in another puking session.
Mhm.
So, wait. I never thought to ask this before when I met you because I was a stupid kid. But how the hell did you get to be over here anyway?
Well, I am a spry old bitch, aren't I?
Does she look spry?
No, she then follows it up with, "Old crones like me have our secrets, and we shall keep them, young man. Speaking of, you look like a child. Why is all of your facial hair gone?"
My understanding is that Rynalt didn't have facial hair before, did he?
No, you've been shaving.
No. Yes. Okay. I, I couldn't just walk around with that peach fuzz on my chin from before.
Well, you're a man grown now, and you should be proud of that. You will grow a beard. If you don't want everyone in the hold treating you like a child, and vice versa, the children treating you like one of their own.
I feel like it always grows in patchy anyway, but uh, how long do you think before your brother comes back?
Could be a couple of months. It's a little bit of a trek, and he takes his time. You know, when you wander the wilds, you tend to enjoy them.
I used to. Yeah, I can agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I need to change my face. Maybe the beard wouldn't be a bad way to do that.
Well, the way you describe it, you need to, and she gestures to all of you, kind of change the whole thing. We'll give you some clothes and things. It would be nice having a man around to do some of the labor for once, rather than a stripling or, a youngster.
I feel like, if anything, the only thing that I know I would give me away too easily, and I stomp my left metal boot on the ground. I just don't know how I could hide this, though.
Well,
Hmm.
is it perhaps the wood, the sound, the metal giving you away?
I mean, even if I dressed it up like a regular leg, yeah, anytime I put my foot down on a solid surface. That's why I carry a sword, not a bow now. Can't sneak.
Well,
No
maybe
skill at it.
we put some wood fittings around it so it just clops rather than clanks.
Wouldn't that just make it more heavy?
She looks at you like, "Stop fighting me. You're the one that needs to be different. I'm trying to help you. This is a potential solution. If you have a better one, feel free to come up with it yourself."
Fine. You're right. Thank you. It's the best thing I've got at the moment. So, and he's still in his uniform, which would probably have like.
Oh, it's covered in blood.
He'd probably have to have like. Say again.
It's covered in blood. Yours, your friends.
How long is it?
Your enemies.
Go ahead.
It's been maybe like an hour or two since the fight. You got snatched mid-teleport. Like, the sorcerer grabbed you in the instant between you walking through the gate and you supposedly coming out the other side. You never made it to Iker. He grabbed you while you were in the gate.
Hmm. And he did tell me not to tell anyone about my mission.
Right.
that he gave me.
He said you can
Which
trust
still-
your own people, let them help you. But he did say don't tell anyone about the why of what you're doing, and what you need to do.
The question is, do I consider her of my own people? I mean, she's lived here longer than I've been alive, more than likely.
Yeah, she's one of the Darthaki, like you.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. I apologize. I thought you had said she was also a dark elf.
No, this woman is one of the Darthaki. She's not one of the dark elves.
Okay.
I
must have.
Yeah. Sorry, I must have confused you. The witch that you remember is someone else. This is not her. This is the old crone of Grossjäger. Okay. So she's different person. The Scarlet Witch, the Red Witch that you knew in the mountains, you've never seen her ever again. Not since that.
Okay. So then I probably know this old lady because she probably helped raise me in a village like this.
Old crone. Well, you know her type. Old crone Frida is like she's a type that she's definitely fallen into the role of the old crone of the hold, right? There's like one oldest lady in every Darthaki hold. She's got an incredible amount of influence over everybody else just because she's the oldest woman, and that's who she is. She kind of is like living in that space, in that role. She's kind of enjoying it a little bit. So yeah, you definitely know what she's like, but you don't know her specifically. She's not the one you grew up with. You grew up in Blood Axed.
Yep.
So,
okay.
But you know her kind. You know that they're like trustworthy as far as you can trust an old, dodgy woman, and like she'll help you and she'll mother you, but not like, she's not gonna like coddle you either.
Yeah. No. Huh. Thank you for taking me in like this. I'm in a weird circumstance that I can't really go into right now, so this is very disorienting.
Yeah, I would say so. A crazy-ass sorcerer dropped you out of the sky and then picked you up, dusted you off, and then lightning bolted his ass somewhere else. I'd call that crazy circumstances. Listen, getting involved with sorcerers and those kinds of people, not super smart. Just saying. That said, you're probably in it for the long haul. You're one of us. You're Darthaki. Clearly. Can tell. But, we'll help you so long as it doesn't, bring that fucker back here. We don't...
Hopefully not. I can't stand sorcerers. Why couldn't he tell me what the hell he was doing when he dropped me? He barely explained anything, and I just... whatever.
They're like that.
I'm here now.
They're like, it's probably from age, Sorcerers like that are probably just, older than most. There are a few of them that are out there like that are just older than they should be. And I am ancient as far as human lives go. And even I get accused of being too circuitous or vague, but I feel like that's just me having a little bit of fun. If I can be a little off-putting and weird and vague and tell portents like that, just to, fuck with the kids a little bit, that keeps me, happy and entertained. There's probably that to, like, some kind of logical end with sorcerers that are much, much older than me,
How old could sorcerers even get?
Well, if they have achieved certain kind of magic, I suppose they could live forever. So, depends, I guess. Why don't you ask him how old he is next time you see him? See how that goes.
He told me no questions. Hmm.
They don't like having to explain themselves to the mundanes.
No. Can I ask you about a rumor I've heard?
You're gonna ask me anyway, just do it. Don't ask me permission to ask me questions. It's unbecoming of a man.
I assume I've never heard of a killing stone before, right? Is this something I've ever heard of? No.
No.
What was the other word he said? I caught part of it.
Lothervex.
Lothervex. Okay.
Lothervex.
You ever heard of a story about a killing stone? Or a Lothervex?
No. It doesn't
totally random question.
It doesn't ring any bells. Is that all he gave you to go on? Stupid. He give you anything else? The Dark Elf thing? Right?
All I know is I need to find the Dark Elves. That's it.
Well,
I don't really have any other knowledge, really.
Varric knew and knows one. I know they're a race of powerful warrior women. I know sometimes our rangers go missing when they're exploring because they've wandered too close to somewhere important to their people. They show up much later, the body cared for, but back in town. So, they're very secretive, but they're respectful. And when that happens, you know that he was just unlucky, stumbled upon something that he shouldn't have. So,
I knew one of them myself.
Thank
Dangerous. She liked to pretend she was good at poker, but I usually beat her somehow. Or not poker. I'm sorry. What was the name of the game?
Oh, there were a couple of games. You actually have known 3 Dark Elves.
That's true. I've known multiple Dark Elves. Yes. I've actually met my own fair share of Dark Elves since then, although they more or less seemed more reasonable than most people would say, I guess. I don't know. It's strange.
I guess that's the case when you have to live a long time.
Listen, do you I assume my armor has is probably custom made for my boot. Do I have a set of armored chaps or something that I'm wearing and it's just one leg, or
you have your uniform that is cut for you. The pant leg of the uniform is a little bigger on that side so it can accommodate the leg.
Okay.
You wear that under your armor because you gotta die looking good. That's army policy.
Yes.
But your armor is a filthy mess right now.
I need to get rid of all of this. Do you where can I get some water for? I don't know if I need a bath right now, but at least something that I can use to wash.
Here's the pond. You can wash over there. Just don't shit in it or piss in it.
I wasn't planning on that. Did that happen before?
No, but that's because we tell people not to shit and piss in it in no uncertain terms.
Yes, that makes sense. He gets up and he's gonna wander on over to the pond and just try to wash all of the gore off of his gear. He's also gonna try to check himself for wounds and try to wash those as well if he can.
Yeah, you're missing some hit points. You are a little wounded. You've got some scratches. You've got some burns. You take care of yourself. As you're doing so, you get a little catcalled by some of the women who clearly haven't seen their husbands in a while and are just having a little fun. at your expense, but it's harmless, wolf whistles and that sort of thing.
He turns bright freaking red because he still doesn't know how to handle women attention.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, um, he just tries his best to ignore it as he just kind of washes all the blood off and makes himself look reasonably normal.
Mm-hmm.
Tries to straighten out his pants leg a little bit, and realizes I should probably think about getting some new armor, or even just customizing this armor in some way that it doesn't look like mine. He's gonna wander on back over to the crone. I have an idea. Like I said, I need to not look like me. Now the uniform is also probably a pretty obvious giveaway. I mean, there's lots of Cruinth soldiers, but not so many as have the boot, and enough hints could be my undoing.
We'll burn it.
Is there any...
Hmm?
Can't just burn all of it.
Why not?
What am I going to wear?
We have clothes. You can wear our clothes. You're one of us.
This is one of my 3 uniforms that I wore all day, every day for the past... How long was I in Hellcorth? Probably like a year.
A little more than, yeah.
For the last year, I can't just get rid of it. It's like threadbare in spots, fucking like stained like hell.
Oh yeah, she kind of gets up a little bit, like leaning on her cane. She says, "Lara, let me see that." Puts her hand out for your uniform. Maybe I can fix it, she says.
He gingerly hands it to her. Treat it with respect.
She kind of pulls it close to her. She carelessly takes it over the fire and goes, oops, as she drops it into the fire. It catches flame immediately and smokes up. And she goes, oh, seems like that problem's solved for now. We'll get you some clothes in a minute.
He just kind of like puts his hands to his head and oh God, damn it.
She sets you up with some new duds, some new classic Darthaki clothes. For your purposes, just think, Viking wear a little bit, trousers, leather trousers, or a kilt of sorts, tunic,
sure,
some furs. As you get dressed, finish getting dressed, the crone comes back to you and says, now, as I said before, you're going to have to earn that with chores and such. So, this is what we generally do during any given day. Dawn, when the sun crests over the Darthax and clear light plunges down into our valley, bringing warmth and clarity to our hold. The women and children are up with dawn, so you will be too, and they will set about their chores in the morning. By midday, all of these chores are expected to be completed. So that'll be mucking out stables, keeping the street clean, harvesting food, that sort of stuff, cleaning, all of that, gathering firewood. All that will be done by midday, and we will spend the rest of our time with idle work, making cordage, weaving, cooking, smithing, that sort of stuff. So if you have special skills, now's the time to tell me what you intend to do as the only fighting man of age in the hold with all this time until my brother returns.
He says, reminds me of home.
Yeah.
Not in a good way.
Aww. Poor baby.
I did spend quite a bit of time over the last 4 months learning how to cook. I could probably help with the smithing or even just carrying heavy loads if you need.
Well, you're going to be used for that whether you like it or not. But sounds like you may be able to punch up some of our fare here in Grossjäger. So I'll introduce you to the ladies that do all of the cooking, and you will be their sous chef until they are ready to trust you with the whole thing. Because they have skills that could be put to use elsewhere, and you sound like you just have the one.
Damn.
Don't mess with old women.
All right. I'll get to it. And so he stands up and goes looking for the cookhouse, I guess they probably have.
It's just the general greater hall.
Yeah.
We're going to skip past some of that, and some months later, you're asleep in the furs that have been given to you and you have earned these past few months. You find yourself prod awake by old crone Frida. Get up, sapling! Svark has come home. You'll need to convince him to take you to them. I can't do it for you.
I appreciate that. What time is it?
You get up, you look outside. It's still dark.
Still dark. In the morning?
Yeah, probably.
I'm gonna kind of blurrily rub my eyes. I haven't even heard a rooster yet.
No, that's because he hasn't crowed yet. You're sharp.
I'm gonna put on my clothes, my armor, and wander on out to look for this new arrival.
So she brings you to the meat hall where Svark is. He's chatting with some of the women about his trip down the capital. They're a little lively. He must have arrived maybe like an hour or so ago, but he's, a big man. Old.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like he's got many rough seasons behind him. There's a younger man, youth, really, younger than you, with him. This kid's maybe like 15. This youngster spots you first and points you out to the older man. The older man gets up, bids farewell to the women, and comes over to you with the youngster in tow. He says, "Vale, I'm Svark. This one's Boulder. You're out of nowhere. What brings you to Grossjäger, friend?"
Sorcerer, apparently. But also you, because otherwise I would have left. I need your help, and I'm told that you might be the only person who could.
Okay, so this brings us to our social encounter system. Because you need it explained to you, because you haven't come into contact with it before, there are 2 stats of note for the social encounter system. The patience and interest of the person that you are encountering. Svark is that person. Once the person runs out of patience or interest, the conversation is over. How well you do on the checks determines their disposition at the end of the conversation and whether or not they've agreed or have changed their mind about something, what have you. The results will be based on the aggregate of those checks. There are pitfalls for every encounter. There are motivations for every encounter. You may use these motivations to help you determine which points to attack on this person. To do so, you may use any of your social skills to get a read in or bring up conversation about with this individual. Your social skills are as follows: intelligence, charisma, wisdom, honor. Those are your social skills. You can use any one of those to make an appeal or to try to find out information about him. So for example, you could use an insight check to try to read him about what he looks like, how he carries himself, how he talks. You can use a perception check to kind of spot something specific about him. You can use a religion check to kind of read like what this man's religious situation is, if he's carrying any idols and what they mean. You use a variety of checks to kind of help you figure stuff out about the person. You can use basic ability checks like intelligence, wisdom, and such to kind of help you figure out. But when you make an appeal, you have to use one of those 4 skill abilities: intelligence, wisdom, charisma, and honor. And your DC is going to be adjusted based on your level and what their difficulty is. Okay?
Sounds good to me.
All right. So you said that you need his help. He goes, well, this ought to be interesting. For what do you need old Svarik's help?
Well, first things first. I'd like to go ahead and use that insight. I'm not great at wisdom, but I feel like I can't lose anything doing that. So
Sure.
I want to take his measure for a moment.
Okay. This man has not a deceitful bone in his body. He is exactly what it says on the tin. He's an old man in a profession where men don't grow old. He is covered in scars. He's strong. He stands tall. He seems to be a proud Darthaki, which, gives you the read that he's very connected to his culture, and he's very into the things that his culture is into, which is things like questing and exploration and honor. These are traits that you've grown up with, being exposed to over a long period of your life, your early life. You feel like you know this man, not on a personal level, but you know what he's about.
Okay. Well, first thing, I'll kind of step back for just a fraction of a second, and I'll bow my head to him. Apologies. I don't think I had taken your measure before. You do me an honor, Elder, but I do have a request.
Name it then. What is it that you need?
I hear that you have a connection to the Dark Elves. I need to potentially speak with a Dark Elf.
I see. Do you need to speak with a Dark Elf? Or do you need the help of a Dark Elf?
Both, probably. I need to find one of their cities.
Oh, that's a tall order, young man. How important is this? What do you need them for?
I was sent here out of nowhere from my own duty far, far away from here. I really can't say what it is that I need because truthfully, I'm not sure I even know it yet. But I do know that they can help. And as strange as that might be, I need to speak with one of them and see if one of them can lead me to their city. I'm trying to phrase this in a way that maybe I can roll an honor.
It sounds like you're kind of describing a quest to him. You can roll an honor check to appeal to that.
Yeah. Cool. Skadoosh. Wow.
He says to you, oh, I see you have been given a quest by a mad sorcerer. They're all mad and crazy. You've been given no details whatsoever about your quest, and of course, you have been asked and tasked to seek out the one people who will kill you just for seeking them out. Sounds legendary and difficult. Sounds like that sorcerer set you up to die. Sounds like quite the quest.
I've taken an oath. I know this can be one way of keeping to that oath. So, if it leads me to my death, so be it.
Well, I think the gods are smiling upon you, Rynalt. I've received an urgent request from the crown to take some diplomats to the Dark Elves. It is the clan's honor to bear these people towards a noble purpose as far as we can. You'll, of course, help me in this, as I'm an older man, and Boulder here is a little bit unseasoned. Reliable, but young and foolhardy. He turns to Boulder. Wyverns are in the mountains where we are going, boy. He says to him, who was looking a bit uppity. They'll rip you in half and leave you crying for your mother. The kid looks put aside. He says, well, I think it'll be good to take you along, Rynalt. That'll satisfy my role in your quest. So, that sounds amenable to me. If they'll accept you from there, then that'll be fine. So, is there anything else you can tell me about your quest, or are you also oath-bound to secrecy?
Yeah, I am. And honestly, the few bits that I know are almost nothing, so I really won't know it until I'm there.
Right, then this makes it very simple for me. You can just swear another oath, he says, as he walks back to the mead hall, gesturing for you to follow. He says, the old Darthaki way, over mead and with pleasant conversation. You'll swear to me that your quest isn't to, bring harm to others. It's to, complete a noble purpose. And once you're done swearing that to me, and you will do so with your honor on the line, should that not be the case, then we'll all be sitting there knowing. Because you are Darthaki and I am, and our honor is everything, and
It is.
you can't lie in a mead hall, right?
Perish the thought.
Perish the thought. So, come, sit, share a mug. And he brings you to the mead hall. As you guys sit down, do you swear that it is a honorable mission that you've been given?
I swear that I believe it is an honorable mission. Like I said, I only know so much, but I don't think I'm being led astray.
That's fine, then. I think, in that case, calling you, your name is Rynalt, you said?
Hi.
Well, the women told me that you're Rynalt. I think calling you Rynalt will be a bit much. You're a soldier, aren't you? You're not supposed to be here, right?
That's more or less accurate.
Right, well, we'll figure out what to call you on the road. I've got some ideas, but let me think on it for a bit.
Perhaps Agnar.
No, no, I'm not gonna call you that. No, I'm not gonna do that.
God damn it.
And over the next few days, he putzes around the village, getting sundries and such situated. And he begins to depart with you and Boulder in tow. As you guys are making your way down to Fordeth, he suddenly states while on your trip, I have an idea. We'll call you Hartig while you travel with us and for this mission. That sorcerer didn't do you any kindness. We'll be going to the capital to pick these folks up. Then we'll travel back up towards the hold, like we're making to come here, back to Grossjäger. But we'll turn north a ways and climb the mountains. Easy climbing for a while. Thanks to me. Then we'll find the last longhouse. We'll know we're there when we can see that the world is actually bald. Ice bald. Haima, you've heard of it. Of course you have. You're Darthaki. An ice sheet. Far as the eye can see. Nothing out there. Bald.
Very cold, too.
There's nothing out there. Can't escape from it. Further in, he begins to tell you a story. Says, my father's name was Hartig. See, so naming you that will endear her to you. I've met her up there, last longhouse, a handful of times. He was up in the reaches where we'll be going, looking for this fine castle of glass. Thought to make his fortune by breaking in and raiding it, taking whatever was there to be taken from whoever lived there. Well, let's just say he never got close. Mighty thunder, crashing lightning, and a great beast comes out of the dark like an avalanche. He picks up his axes, 2 of them he had, because, all the good reasons to have 2 axes. And ready to fight.
What for each hand?
Yes, and ready to fight he is. When arrows sprout up the side of the beastie, looks there, yonder, sliding down the mountain face is one of those dark beauties. Long white hair, piercing red eyes, purple skin. She's shooting, see, and has been shooting for a while. He notices, lad, all the arrows all over the thing. And as she goes to shoot it again, she reaches and her quiver is empty. Whoa, mighty death comes thundering towards her. Of course, you know what my father, Hartig, does to save her, right?
What does he do?
He lets loose a big bellow, a war shout and song, and he charges the beast, fends it off and makes it suffer, but not after the beast had managed to lay its monstrous paws on the lass. Nay, she lay in the snow as it scamper off with its tail twixt its nethers. That's the only thing a decent man would do, and he scoops her up, and realized she is bigger than he thought, and then he takes her back to the hold. I remember this part because I was there. He brought her home. The women nursed her to health. Then after she had recovered from her wounds, she gave them directions for him to meet her, and disappeared, invisible, just like the darkness in the night. Poof, gone.
I can believe that. They're damned hard to track when they don't want to be.
Damned hard. It's like they can become invisible, transparent, like you can see right through them. They're not even there anymore. It's crazy.
Have you ever been down to one of their cities?
Oh, no. No. I've only ever met them at the last longhouse. I've never been offered an invitation to one of their cities. It's only been to pass correspondence or stuff to and from, I guess, their kin in the country. Bring the mail to Fort F, leave it at their post office. They seem to know where some of that stuff goes. Some of it has addresses for that stuff. But I don't ever get an invite to see one of their cities. I do suppose if that was to ever happen, you would never hear from me again. Or I will be in some, I imagine, beautiful city on some mountaintop, someplace in the far south, or someplace high in the mountains, here at the top of the world, and surrounded by maybe dozens of beautiful dark elven women. And I think if that were to happen to me, I would die on the spot. Probably.
This seems to be kind of the first time that Rynalt was slightly flustered at the words of beautiful dark elven women. Yep, no, he doesn't know how to handle that. Turns red again. You don't say.
Well, yeah.
I suppose only I'm so foolhardy as to want to go down to their city.
Well, don't get me wrong, boy. If they offered, I'd go. Just to see it. Just to see what it's like. It'd be a telling thing for me to end my life on. It'd be quite the adventure. But, and I won't dare to ask her until Boulder here is old enough to, make his own children, and maybe I need a grandchild or two.
Now we're out on the trail right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, kid, don't worry. I've killed much scarier things than wyverns in these peaks, and those things aren't here. I hope.
Boulder goes, yeah, but have you actually wrestled with a wyvern?
I wrestled with a Prylator.
The fuck's a Prylator? Svark goes, language boy. Alright, what is a Prylator?
Demon from the south.
Demon.
Very ferocious, man-like, intelligent, crafty.
That's right, Boulder, Svark says. Our Hartig here is certified demon slayer. The real deal. Corinthian warrior. Much like many of our kin in Grossjäger, he's fought on the front lines of the war and has the scars to prove it. You don't need to worry about your old man with a man like Hartig here beside him. You won't have to worry about yourself either. You just do the thing that I've always taught you to do, boy. And what is that? I watch your back, you watch mine. Right, so now we extend that to Hartig. We watch Hartig's back, he watches ours. You watch our backs, we watch yours. Just like that. Simple, easy, right? The three of us, it'll be much easier to spot a wyvern or a harpy swooping in on us. What do I always say about that? Swooping is bad. Swooping is bad. Things that swoop is bad. So.
Does the kid still look kind of jumpy?
He doesn't look jumpy. He just looks kind of like, okay, whatever, guys. Whatever, old people. He's putting you in the old people category.
God damn it. Rynalt's only like 22.
Yeah, you're old to a 15-year-old. Sorry to break it to you.
Where are we still up in the mountains? Or are we getting down into the grasslands?
You're in the woods here, getting close to the Keshful. Yeah. You've got some days left of travel. There's no road out here, right? But there is path. So
okay. That all right, fair enough. So at that point, I guess we'll just continue walking. I had a thought, but no. Yeah.
Did you have a question for him about the story he told, or about the Dark Elves? Trying to get you to remember what your thing was.
Well, I remember that I need to get down to their city. I need to find the killing stones, but that was a lot of instructions very fast, and so I might be forgetting something.
Would you like to roll a history check about what you need to what happened?
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
Yes, please. My history kind of sucks, but let's see. Okay, that's not bad.
You're trying to think back to that moment of when you were dropped off here. The sorcerer said a lot. He did. He said 3 things in succession. Find the Dark Elves, go to Werami, get the Killing Stone. He told you what it's called, Lothervex. And then He rambles on for a while in sort of an insane fashion. And then he says, at the end, don't forget the stone. And then suddenly, as if realizing something, he says, wake his mother. Those are the words he used. Wake his mother.
I'll remember that and look at him real quick. So you told me about your father. Is your mother still around?
Oh, my mother's been dead a long time. Long time.
No kidding.
Rest her soul.
But what was her name?
Oh, it was Hilda.
Hilda.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Rynalt's trying to figure out if this is the mother, the guy's mother that the sorcerer was talking about.
Doesn't seem like it, because this woman that you're discussing is dead.
Figured,
has been
yeah.
dead for a long time, apparently. So there's probably not anything you can do that would wake her at this point.
And you said the Dark Elf city was Maravi?
Warami.
Warami. Oh, whoops. Okay. I'm taking notes here.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, have you ever heard of a Dark Elven city called Warami?
Well, I've had some casual conversations with the one that I meet with from time to time. And that's where she's from.
No kidding. Is this one of the Dark Elves you think we'll meet?
Oh, we will absolutely meet her. She is... she's the one that always comes when it's time to meet. So...
I'll need to speak with her. What's her name?
Kavika.
Kavika. I haven't heard that name by any chance anywhere, have I?
Nope.
No. Strange question. I don't know if you've had this kind of conversation with them, but did the Dark Elves hold any myths?
All kinds. What about? They have probably a better understanding of our world than we do. Than anyone, really.
Because they've been around so long?
Probably part of it. But I think part of it is also, aside from the fact that they've been here longer, they've devoted more study to it, I think. I know the North Velmuth Woods and the Northern Darthax like the back of my hand, but I'm 60 years old. It took me my whole life to learn that. They seem to just...
60? You could have had me thinking you were a spring chicken.
Alright, shut up. But they seem to know things almost in a sort of preternatural kind of way.
Have they ever told you any stories about magical artifacts? Maybe some kind of powerful stone of some kind?
I mean, there are many powerful stones. There are lots of artifacts.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of stones.
I actually hadn't heard that.
A lot of stones have magic in them. It's just a matter of, cutting them to shape or what have you, I think. Well, you're a stripling, and you would only know this sort of thing if you've been shown it or told it before, or you read it in some kind of book, and you don't seem like a book-reading kind of guy.
Rynalt is not. A book reader, he is not. All right.
So there are lots
Then you tell it to me.
magic rock. Well, there's lots of magic rocks out there, but there's no specific story about a magic rock. You know. I mean, even regular gemstones can hold magic in them.
Are all magic rocks gemstones?
I don't know. I'm not a magic rock studier.
He'll let the subject drop.
Now, this guy doesn't seem to know anything about the killing stone.
I'm trying to be like coy about this because I know I'm not supposed to like reveal anything, but also Rynalt is kind of an idiot, so all the subtlety of a goddamn hammer. In fact, like the one that I still never got back.
And you probably won't get back anytime soon.
Yes, he used it well. It's fine.
Okay. You guys cross the Keshfall over a river ford and make your way into the plains heading towards the city. You can see the city once you get fairly close to it. Each of these hexes is about 15 miles. But once you get fairly close to the city, you can kind of see it from the hills. It's sprawling. It's big. It's like kind of spotting Rome or New York from a nearby hill. You know, it's like, oh God, it's huge. So...
And I know I've been to the city, the capital, before too, so it's not my first time seeing it.
Yeah, you guys are standing on the hill. Boulder is kind of standing there. He's like, yeah, I've seen this before. And Svark goes, well, Hartig, you've clearly seen Fordeth before. You're not taken with all of its glory, it seems.
It definitely takes your breath away when you first see it over the ridge, but it's not everything it looks like.
No,
it's just big.
It's big, and there's all the people are there. So many people. When we get there, do you think there's going to be any trouble from before?
There might be. I think we should watch out for any night raptors. I don't know that they'll cause us trouble, but it's best if they don't know who I am. If I just look like someone from the Darthax.
Well, you look the part. Your beard is coming fine, and well, you could be dirtier, but you know.
I'm immediately going to find a puddle and just kind of wipe it on my face.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. That'll work. Maybe don't talk to anybody too. Do you have any messages you need to send?
Actually do have a few messages I would like to send.
Okay.
Now, you carry the mail. Would you be able to help me with that? Because it's not going to Fordeth. Or should I just have someone in Fordeth that I trust send it out?
We'll just have it go through the regular post in Fordeth. It'll look like it's coming from us to somewhere, wherever you want to send it to. So.
Okay.
In fact, Boulder needs practice writing. We'll have him write it so your handwriting doesn't give it away. Huh? How about that? So you just dictate to Boulder what you want to go on the paper, and he will practice his words so that he can write them down, and we'll have it mailed for you.
That works for me. All right. Once we're in the city, we'll have to find some paper and ink, but
yeah, no problem.
I'll pay for that.
Okay. You guys head into the city. You spend a little bit of time getting your letters together and mailing them, paper and ink, fairly easily. And,
Does it cost me anything?
Oh yeah, it'll cost you a couple of gold pieces, a couple of writs.
Okay, cool.
So you can deduct those, and once you've done that, Svark says, well, time to go pick up the diplomats.
What do you know about them?
Well, I know they're a motley bunch, and I know we got to get them to the last longhouse in one piece. So that's pretty much all I know about them.
Do I know if I can like just write the letter later and send, or a few letters most likely, but
yeah, you can send me the letters later, and I'll do with them what I need to.
Okay.
So.
Cool. All right. Okay, so I will follow him to meet the diplomats.
Okay. You pick up the diplomats in the center district of the city. There is quite a motley bunch here. There are 2 Ith. You've seen Ith before in the military. They're panther-like people. Tall. Yes. So there's 2 of them. There's a couple of humans in the group. There's 1 dark elf. And there are 3 humans total. There is the Legate, who introduces herself. She says, I'm Legate Asamtha Sarkenzi. There is the Knight Kirk Verscheren. There is Lila. There is a Rayland Feldrun. He is a human. And there is Tess and an Ith. So Lila and Tess are both Ith. And there's Saphira, who is a dark elf. They introduce themselves to you. Svark doesn't introduce you to them. He says, this is Hartig. He's not talkative. He's one of mine. This is Boulder. He's less talkative. I am not. Okay, he's a teenager. He has nothing interesting to say. Make sure your stuff's packed. It's going to be a long trek. I'm not carrying anyone's bags. It's not how this works. I'm not your valet. Only carry what you need to carry. Only take what you need to take. These are our mules. This is Donnie. And this is Davy. He slaps these 2 mules on the asses. They are for carrying the stuff. They are not for carrying you. So don't make them carry you. I will leave you behind, despite pleading, begging, crying. The Northern Darthax are not a hospitable place. They never have been. They probably never will be. This is not a vacation. So, treat it like a serious thing. Move where I tell you to move. Step where I tell you to step. Especially when we're climbing something vertical. If you don't, you may fall to your death. I will not recover your bones or your body. So, there's all that. Let's go! And Svark gathers the diplomats, and you guys head back north towards the Northern Darthax. And that is where our session ends.
Yay!
Yay!
Can I ask a question?
You can. Do you want to ask it of Svark, or do you want to ask it of me?
Of you.
Okay.
First off,
yeah.
Did we run into any... Are there any night raptors that we passed by in the city that I noticed?
No. The city doesn't have any Traitor Legion operating within its boundaries. It is quite secure. From what you can tell.
From what I can tell, yes. Okay. Otherwise, I'm playing the part and not talking.
Great. Okay.
So
you are
just lots of
lots of growls.
Yeah.
Lots of that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So you were playing the role of you're Darrow playing the role of Rynalt, playing the role of Hartig. So,
yes.
All right. Well, that's all we have tonight for you folks. I hope everybody had a good time. I hope everybody felt a little closer to Rynalt as he navigated a life he once knew in the Darthaki tribe. And I hope to see you all in September for the premiere of From Depths Unkind. Tell your friends, tell everybody you know to come and join us for that campaign and our other campaign, Song of the Crown, also premiering in September. Yay! So, we'll see you soon. Good night. Have fun. Be good to each other. Be nice to each other. Love each other. And we'll see you when we see you. Bye-bye.
Bye.